really into my sport growing up, and I had, delusions of being a footballer or cricketer, and I was captain of the school and the district and stuff. But then Morrissey really just ended my life and totally changed. Within a week I had a pile of daffodils out of the back of my arse and walking into school foppishly. I think that one, seeing him on Top of the Pops, really changed my life, really. And from then on, it seemed like a natural progression, that kind of golden age of Lloyd Cole, Echo and the Bunnymen, early Simple Minds, really early Simple Minds, and it's when me and James really bonded even more, because we've been in the same class in school, me and James, since we were 5, and through music we got even closer and started giving each other lyrics. I think then the next big bolt was seeing the Clash. It was the anniversary of punk, I think 10 years, and they sold the So It Goes, the old Tony Wilson programme, was repeated on ITV. We saw the Clash doing Garageland, I think, when we were about 15, 16, and it just felt like that's the band we could be. There was 4 of them, there was a tall bass player, kind of James was Joe Strummer-esque. We had the same guitars, just bad copies of them, and it kind of all came together then, really. We're just coming into Blackwood now. It was a great place to grow up. Might seem pretty boring to most people, but could be a rough area at times, especially growing up under Thatcher and the mines closing down. It was a particularly politicised time, but I think that helped us really. It kind of gave us targets and anger and something to fight against. It's quite odd wandering the streets of Blackwood dressed like the New York Dolls, because it was a very old traditional town, but we managed to get away with it as a rule.
Listen to what I sing, just listen to what I can keep silence. The only way to gain approval is by exploiting the very thing that cheapens me.
So this used to be my little bedroom. Me and James used to practice in here, doing little bits and bobs. All my early songs and all my very early band poetry was written in here. I still feel comfortable when I turn up, to be honest. It always feels like a giant comfort blanket. Something really nice about it.
Close my eyes, and this is yesterday.
My mum and dad used to keep all the cuttings, which is brilliant actually. Weird stuff in there. Like the way my mum and dad have circled me, look. To show to feel, that's Nicholas. Brilliant. I couldn't ask for more. My dad lent us money to do Suicide Alley. He'd drive us to gigs, same with James's parents, they're just faultless in that respect. I am shaved. I know, I thought you would have had a shave.
No, I was going to put my best frock on, but you phoned too quick. So I just had to put my lipstick on.
How old are you, 73?
Yeah, 73.
Looking very good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Stare at the sky, and it leaves me blind.
Entering my dad's shed.
And this is yesterday.
Sean would be on 2 drums here, Bobby Gillespie style. I was on rhythm guitar, James was on rhythm guitar, and Miles, the bass player, was there. It all came together when Richie joined the band. We were in Swansea University, and I'd known him anyway, and we got really close, and it just seemed a marriage made in heaven, really. In fact, I found someone who just believed in the same ideas as me, and was even worse musically. We still make great records, and probably we've made some of our best records as a three-piece, but on stage there's always that kind of gap. It's never been filled. We never feel that perfect symmetry we had when it all sort of gelled together. I think it was in Mandela Hall in Swansea Uni the first time we played together with Richie. I think he just came on for one song, Sorrow 16. But such is life, I guess.
This is the Railway Hotel in Crumlin. This is around about 2-3 miles away from Blackwood and Pontefraith. This is where we played our first gig. I can't remember if that was 1986 or 87, I can't quite remember now. But yeah, it was in the basement in this place here. The lineup was myself on guitar and vocals. Nick was on, I think Nick was on rhythm guitar. There's a guy called Flicker playing bass then, and Sean was on 2 drums. I'm trying to remember the songs we played, but I think we played Just Like Honey by Jesus and Mary Chain, Teenage Kicks by the Undertones, God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols, and then we played a couple of our own songs. One of them was called Love in a Makeup Bag, and the other one was called Antisocial. And I think the set lasted for about 30 minutes. And then they all went badly wrong at the end, just like this is just about to go badly wrong. And yeah, everybody started smashing glasses after. So there's some kind of weird Polish wedding vibe at the end. But there you go. Thank God it's still standing, because everything else is knocked down from memory. Just remember kind of quite a lot of people being there. I think most people preferred the headline act, Funeral in Berlin, who were a really good band actually. I remember being very, 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 very scared, and that feeling hasn't changed. Whether you're playing the Railway Hotel or whether you're playing Wolverhampton Civic Hall or Millennium Stadium, it's always the same feeling, just fear.
Your love alone is not enough, not enough. When times get tight.
Playing live has always just been really important to us, because if you line up some of our live performances at the beginning of our career, we sounded nothing like the record. It really was the art of falling apart sometimes. And I think that kind of took a lot of bravery in a strange kind of way at the start, because right from the start, we didn't care about representing the sound of the record.
Your love alone is not enough, not enough. It's what you felt, it's what you said. You said the sky would fall on you, fall on you. Through all the pain, your eyes stay blue, they stay blue.
As we get older, or as other artists get older, people do obsess about when you're going to call it a day, and I understand that, but mostly all of our creative moments have just kind of come out of the blue. You haven't expected them, you can just feel it like some kind of runaway train coming towards you, and suddenly you're up and running, and you're following a different direction. So it's just hard to try and foretell when that experience is going to stop.
You stole the sun straight from my heart.
One of the great things of being in the band the last 4 years, from Send Away the Tigers onwards, is all of a sudden we're just playing to thousands of people in Hong Kong or Croatia or Latvia, the world seemed to open up in a different way for us. There's just too many places now where we've had just brilliant experiences.
Welsh gigs are always nerve-wracking. I think you only ever really get the enjoyment out of them if it's gone really well and you walk off stage, because there's so many people you know, so many family members there.
There's so much to organise and worry about, and guest lists and stuff. Not that I've got many friends, but
you know that kind of
family come.
You know that kind of so many people are going to come backstage after and steal all your sandwiches.
I couldn't show you how to cry. Yeah, I love alone.
I think, you know, we all grew up with each other, obviously, and we've been band members longer than kind of like than we haven't been, you know. So it's the friendship and being in the band and writing together and traveling together. It's just all so utterly kind of like intertwined with each other that I find it hard to tell where one thing stops and the other.
It's just beyond friendship. I think we've reached as Richie would say, we've reached a higher plateau of a kind of kinetic understanding of telepathy, which, you know, is a rare and precious thing.
I couldn't show you how to cry. Yeah, I love alone. It's not enough. Yeah, I love alone.